Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about why your tool belt is wrecking your back. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about how your tool belt is wrecking your back. And before we get started, I just want to talk about how important it is to be wearing a tool belt. For basically anyone working in the trades, your tool belt is the #1 tool to improve your efficiency at work. Having everything within hand's reach without having to leave your task is extremely important for efficiency. And getting used to wearing one is very important if you want to make this a career. So to make it as comfortable as possible, here are some things that you can do and hopefully get rid of that back and hip pain. The #1 reason that your tool belt is causing back and hip pain is because you're wearing it wrong. If you were to draw a line right below your belly button through your body, vertically in half and vertically in half this way, that would be the location of your center of gravity. And that is where your tool belt should sit. It shouldn't sit lower, it shouldn't sit higher. The farther you get the weight of your tool belt away from your center of gravity, the more your muscles are going to have to compensate and assist with balance when you're bending, twisting, or just moving throughout the day. Now that you have the location of where your belt should sit, you want to make sure that it's fitting properly. You should have your belt adjusted so that you can tuck your hand between your stomach and your belt with a decent amount of friction. This is going to keep your belt solid as you move throughout the day and not jumping all over the place, which is only going to make it feel even heavier throughout the day, weeks, and years. The tighter you can get this to fit and the better it fits at your center of gravity, the less damage you're going to cause throughout your career. Now that we've talked about the location and fit of your belt, let's talk about the belt itself. This belt has a wide lumbar pad in the back and gets narrower towards the front. It allows it to hug my body and form to me, giving it a more consistent fit. Having a belt that forms to you when you put it on is going to alleviate pressure points and just get rid of annoying aches and pains that are actually going to cause you to want to take your belt off. The material of the belt also matters. This one's leather, this one's nylon. Those are the two most common fabrics that you're going to see in a tool belt. They each have their own advantages and disadvantages. A leather belt is going to be very durable and will break in over time, but it's also very rigid and will create a lot of pressure points if it's not fitting properly. A nylon belt is going to form to your body better than a leather one in my opinion, and it's also going to breathe and regulate temperature a lot better. I prefer a nylon belt over leather because the durability is, in my opinion, the last thing that I'm looking for. If you find a quality tool belt, a nylon belt is going to last a long time as well, but it's also going to be more comfortable and better at temperature regulating. Now let's talk about pouches. Pouch selection is extremely important. You want your hand tools on your dominant side, tape measure, pry bar, everything else on your non-dominant side. This helps with workflow as well as weight distribution throughout your entire tool belt. Now, when you take into account your center of gravity, you want to keep everything as close to your body as possible. The farther something gets away from your body, like your hammer, the heavier it feels. As you can see with these pouches, they are plenty big to hold everything that I need, but they're also very wide. The more weight that you get on the outside of this pouch, the heavier it's going to feel and the more strain you're going to cause on your back. I like to pick my pouches to hold everything that I need and still have a little bit of room to add task-specific tools like a stud finder, miter clamps, or even fasteners. Having room to add is great as long as it doesn't get to be too much room to where you just have empty space. Now let's talk about some accessories. I have a lumbar pad on this belt that actually adds a little bit of cushion to my lower back and helps absorb some of the shock from moving throughout the day. It's a very good option if you have lower back issues or just want to be more comfortable wearing your tool belt. Another thing that you can add to your tool belt to take some weight off your hips are suspenders, but you also want to use them properly. When you set your suspenders, you want them to be tight and supporting some of the weight. You can loosen your belt a little bit, but don't let it just dangle there and put all of the weight on your shoulders. The purpose of suspenders is to split that weight in half, and I personally don't like to wear suspenders. My belt is plenty light to where I can get away with wearing my belt all day without them, but if I were doing a task like framing where I have a lot more weight on my belt, I would probably look into something like that. If you've done anything with your tool belt to alleviate back pain, I want to hear about it, so drop a comment below. If this video helped you in any way, please hit the like button. And if you want to stay up to date with my Protect Your Back series for tradesmen, make sure you hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications. I have a lot more coming covering gear, habits on the job site, as well as exercises that you can implement to alleviate back pain and hopefully prevent it in the future.